Now for this next lesson, we will be talking about the text indent property that will be specifying the indentation of the first line in the text block. So keynote to remember when you're using the text indent property is that it will be allowing us to use negative values and percentage. Now let's go to our style here, style sheet, and then let's go and select our P element, and then let's give it a text indent property of 30 pixels. Let's see what will happen here. Now let's try to go open our document here and then do a refresh. So you would see here that our document now has all of its paragraph indented at least 30 pixels moving to the right. Now what I just want to do here is just go here and create a comment here about section. So at least we'll have a visual clue here. Now let's go and have an about class here. Let me just go and give this a padding of 20 pixels, 20 pixels. And then, of course, we need to go down to our section here. I would want to remove this background color. For now, let's keep it there just for visual representation for now. And then let's go and have the class name about. So at least we'll have, oops, sorry, we should have this here. So you would see it really doesn't matter if you place the about class attribute here inside of our section tag first or after the style tag here. So let's go and check what will happen here. Let's refresh. So we now have some padding around our about section. So if I go and try to remove that and place that here, let's see what will happen to our document. So nothing happened. Just to let you know again, the order on how we declared it inside of the element will not be affecting how it will be displayed on the screen. Now the next thing that I want to do here is to go to the section here for the children original stories, and I want to use a class name here just to reference the section here, and I want to call this children stories. So let's have a class name of children stories, and then let's go back here, and then let's go and put here some visual clues again, children stories section. Then let's go and reference that children stories. Let's give it a padding of 20 pixels for now. So let's go and check how will that look in our project here. So now we have some space on the sides, in inner side of our project. And I also want to go and change the text to white. So let's go and go back to our code editor here. And let's go and use the text color property to remember in the hex code. If you remember, we have FF, FF, FF. You can actually eliminate one of those code and it will produce the same color. So we still have the white color here, which is the brightest red, brightest green, and brightest blue. If you remember, we compute this by multiply. The second character is multiplied by 1, so it really doesn't really, we can actually remove that so that we can have a smaller or shorter code that we can use for identifying the color that we want to be displayed on the screen. So let's go back to our project here and then refresh. Let's see what will happen. So we now have white text inside of our My Original Stories or Children's Story section.